make us all, I agree. Scarlett Johansson can make it, why can't Ethan Hawke?
Yeah.
I agree, I told him that, next year he's coming, but in the meantime, yes, but in the meantime, we're gonna have to settle for his video message, here it is.
Yes, definitely next year in person because we all are just so excited for Black Phone 2. We saw that you released just like a little tiny clip, some like yesterday or something like that. But I think that's not enough. But Jason told me backstage something that if the audience was like crowding, like big tonight, he would give you us and me and you and a surprise, right?
Better than I ever could have asked for, and right here, before it goes online to X and Insta and everything else, right here, only right here, for the first time in the world, the premiere of the trailer of Black Phone! Disfruten!
Thank you, Jason. Thank you very much for that. That was terrifying. Really terrifying. But Jason, I just want to ask you, are you ready to talk about the next title?
I'm not sure. Are you guys even interested in hearing anything about Five Nights at Freddy's?
5 Nights at Freddy's 2, Jason. This movie was also one of the biggest success that we had last year, and fans really connect with Blum House, and now we see the impact that it had, right? So I just wanted to ask you, what do you think about like the impact? Were you prepared? Like, were all the team prepared for the impact that Five Nights at Freddy's had?
I think the only person who was really prepared, and the reason I think the movies really connect to the fans the way they do is because Scott Cawthon, who is amazing, and he's one of the brightest, most inspired people I've really ever worked with, and he is so fanatically passionate about every detail of every single thing we do with the movies. And I think I feel it, I think the fans feel it, I think the movies, in terms of adaptation, are the most authentic adaptations really ever done. And I really think that's thanks to, of course, Emma and the actors, but especially Scott, who's been as a tremendous partner for us and has just delivered another incredible movie, which I can't wait for everybody to see.
Yes! Once again, definitely all the people responsible of this movie, including you, we celebrate you for making this film, and especially also director Emma Tammy is back for the next installment that has also Josh Hutcherson returning as Mike. So what does Five Nights at Freddy's 2 have in store for the audience?
Well, there's a couple of things I want to talk about with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. First one is an announcement, which is I'm not gonna say much more than this. At Universal, at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, in Orlando and in Hollywood, there may be something to do this September and October with Five Nights at Freddy's. Just
You know, I've been telling you for a long time that I'm a big Halloween Horror Nights fan. So this news is amazing, right? Que vaya Halloween Horror Nights para ver Five Nights at Freddy's. And I think you have also a little surprise for us if the audience behave bad.
Well, we did get Scott to release just a small image, which nobody has seen. Once again, here tonight, for the first time ever, is our little teaser.
Let's continue because last year Blum House launched.
That's from Insidious. That was our first movie with James Wan. Insidious 1 there to show. James DeMonte's the first. There they all are. Great. Vince Vaughn, that's Chris Landon's movie. A terrific movie. Freaky. Happy birthday to you.
This is a trivia.
It should be.
Yeah. It's serious.
I'm ready for another Purge movie, aren't you guys?
Yes.
I think so too. I think it's time to purge again.
¿Qué tanto una nueva película de The Purge? I haven't told you ever that Insidious is my favorite horror movie of all time.
We have to tell James.
Yes, I'll talk in a while. Yes,
That's his baby.
And I know that Blum House launched a new game division last year. So tell us a little bit of what can we look forward to see.
Well, we launched our first game in our gaming divisions. We're trying to bring the same spirit to our games that we bring to our movies. Our first game was called Fear the Spotlight, which is really fun. If you haven't played it, try it out. And we have 3 more games coming up in the next 12 months. A game called Crisol, a game called Sleep Awake, and a game called Grave Seasons. So those are our 3 next games, and we have a little promo here to show you a little bit more about those games.
Okay, let's watch it. The obvious question, ¿quién es gamer y quién es amante de las películas de terror? Gamers and horror fan movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
and my partner James is a massive gamer, massive.
So, I've been telling you, Jason, for a long time that I think you need to be shooting a movie in Mexico anytime soon, right? You should consider Mexico.
Shooting a movie in Mexico? Wouldn't that be so hard to do?
Well,
no.
For the man that makes impossible possible,
I have another announcement to make. Not only have we thought about shooting a movie in Mexico, we have shot a movie in Mexico. It is finished. We did it in secret. Nobody knows about it until right now. I have my note card for my Spanish, okay? So go easy on me. It's called No Me Sigas, okay? So look out for it. It's coming out soon in a theater near you in Mexico. It was released by Cinépolis. It was produced by Maligno Gorehouse, Wild Sheep Content, and Edge Films. Okay, I'm gonna get this right. It was directed by Jimena and Eduardo Garcia Lecuona. Woo! And guys and girls, it's fucking scary.
Definitely, it's gonna be scary. And what is not scary? Well, I'm gonna change that. What is scary sometimes are quinceañeras. Yes, when we get invited into a quinceaños, every time it sometimes gets really scary because you get to see like the quinceañera dancing, but we know that you are the quinceañera tonight. And to celebrate this amazing anniversary, we got a very special surprise for you. Así que, por favor, griten muy fuerte si alguien me puede ayudar a
You need to come home back to Blum House.
Yes, please.
You need to come home where we love you. We understand you. And we want to kill you.
Amigos, un fuerte aplauso para Jason que está cumpliendo 15 años contigo. Ya iba a empezar a cantar tiempo de vals, tiempo.
He makes me sleep well because I'm so sick.
Let's give a huge applause for Jason Blum and Blum House. Please show your present to everyone and please a big round of applause to Jason Blum. And as you can see, you have a huge community and passionate fans and fellow filmmakers also who absolutely love your work.
I'm coming here every night. I'm never going home.
And we in Mexico, we prepare something truly special to you as a tribute to what Blum House means to a lot of the filmmakers and persons and people in the industry. So please, this is a surprise for you.
Wow, let's see.
Let's look at it. Blum House forever, Blum House. How was that surprise?
That was amazing. That was so cool. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
we can start
So
singing
nice.
las mañanitas right now.
So nice. I'm ready for brain tacos.
You're waiting. Yes. After this, I'm gonna take you to
I
some
can't wait.
perfect brain tacos.
Delicious.
Yes, that's perfect. Wait. They are telling me something's
Uh-oh.
happening. I think
Uh-oh.
someone has entered the building.
Uh-oh.
Hey
What
guys.
do you hear?
Production. Yes. You're telling me that. Okay. No, guys, you need to put right now your phones in airplane mode.
Wait a second.
Yeah. You need to put your phones in airplane mode because
Wait a
someone
second.
can get inside of it.
Talentoso, brillante, increíble, asombroso, fuera de serie, espectacular, nunca igual. La mente única y retorcida detrás de todo esto, mi creador, M3GAN.
Que se sienta la emoción en la casa de que tenemos en esta casa llena de amazing. Yeah, this is incredible. Welcome to Mexico. Please take a seat. We have a lot to talk about. James, first of all, your films, as both as director and producer, have had huge success in Mexico. You directed Furious 7, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, The Conjuring 2, and also produced many of other films like The Nun 2, and The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. You are literally a creator of universes.
Insidious 1 and 2 also, don't forget, directed.
I was waiting for that. That's your favorite horror film, you
That's
said.
my favorite
Excellent.
horror film.
Yes, I love hearing that for that. And your work connects with audiences worldwide, and particularly with Mexican audiences. So,
Yeah, you guys are the best. The best.
I know
I'm so happy to be here.
It's a modest question, but how does it feel to be the mastermind behind all these great franchises?
Amazing! Feels amazing. I'm just very grateful that the movies that I love, that I make the kind of movies I want to watch myself, and it's truly a gratifying experience that when I make the movies I want to watch myself, there are so many people out there that feels the same way as I do, and so it's incredible. It's incredible. I'm very honored and I'm very thankful.
It's not about your work, it's about your legacy in the
Yes,
horror.
sir.
At Atomic Monster, you've mastered the art of delivering original horror. So, what do you love about this genre?
Well, I mean, I've made movies in other genres, as you stated. I've done superheroes, I've done action, but there's just something about the horror genre that just keeps drawing me back to it. There's just something very personal about it that I find. And I feel like it's the only genre, really, where we can, sort of make personal statement, make social statement in a way that no other genre really can get away with it. But at the same time, we want to make movies that entertain, that people love to be scared by, love to be thrilled by, and so it's a genre that Jason and I keeps coming back to again and again and again.
Well, so I think we are now going to talk about one of your next films, which looks fun but scary at the same time. So we're excited about Soulmates, really. It's a new thriller film, but it also talks about toxic relationships. I need to know more about this film.
Well, when we made Soulmate, when we made M3GAN, when we made the first M3GAN, it became clear to us that even though this first movie was aimed, she's friends with a little girl, but deep down, we feel like there's a more adult version of this story. So I know what all you guys are thinking. What would I do with my own soulmate? And it's soulmate. And so then the concept of, how can we make, an adult thriller in the spirit of M3GAN, but for grown-ups that harken back to the 90s style of erotic thrillers that we love.
Wow!
So needless to say, Soulmate is the sexy version that we can't really do with M3GAN, but we can do with this.
And right now we're seeing that AI is coming up front of the horror. So why do you think it's kind of a theme right now and that makes us really scared?
Well, I mean, I cannot remember, my generation or the generation before me, where there has been such an explosion of technology, around us in such a quick way, right? Usually technology in the past takes a couple of decades maybe to get us into it, but AI and robotics with social media and all this stuff, it is a massive explosion in a short amount of time. And I think because of that, we're not maybe ready for it. And so there's something kind of frightening about it. We all grew up with, movies like The Terminator, The Matrix, right? And all these movies taught us to be scared, potentially, of what technology could do if they turned against us, which for Jason and I just means more great horror material.
Yes! And really new, innovative ways to make killings, right?
Oh yeah. Yes. It's more fun.
Well,
Very famously, James gets inspired James is the greatest creator of scares ever. And the way that he gets inspired is, and you correct me if I'm wrong, very late at night when most of the rest of us are asleep, at 2 or 3 in the morning, he walks around his house alone with the lights off, trying to imagine what would truly scare him. And that's what a lot of the movies are about, is that right?
Yeah. When people ask me, how do I come up with my scary ghost stories or my demonic stories, and I tell them I switch off the lights at my home and I walk around my house at 3 a.m. in the morning, and I think of a scary set piece in my head, and if it scares me in that moment, then I know I've got something. So I run back to my computer and I start writing it down.
I was saying, like, you wrote it in your notebook, but it's all turned off, so you cannot write it. You cannot see anything. So, well, I think Jason and I talked that if this audience behaved bad, like doing a lot of crowd, we would give them more surprises. So I think you brought one more surprise. So I want to hear James Wan, please introduce the next thing that we are gonna watch.
Yes.
So, first, thanks for that exclusive gift and the trailer. Thank you very much. M3GAN, now is the moment to talk about our favorite girl, which was produced by Atomic Monster and Blum House. This film was not only a hit, but it created, for me, a new pop culture icon. She's fabulous, she's everything. M3GAN herself can do everything she wants. And also, I wanted to ask you, like, for M3GAN, how did you create, what was the original spark of it for the first time, like, for doing the first film?
Yeah, you know, M3GAN came about when myself and my team at Atomic Monster, Judson, Scott, and Michael Clear, and my whole team, very early on, just sort of sitting around the office, we were, at the end of a week, we like to sit around and just chat. We're all film nerds, and we love to just chat about movies. And one thing we ended up saying was, I get accused for being the puppet, the killer doll guy. But then I said, I've never actually made a doll that killed anyone, right? Annabelle doesn't get up and kill anyone, right? Annabelle's not Chucky. So we started thinking, why don't we make our own Chucky? And so we're like, what if we mix Chucky with like the Terminator? And this is what you get, M3GAN.
So how excited were you to come back again for M3GAN 2.0 and for the story and the characters?
Like Jason and I, we were super excited because we had such a good time working with Gerard Johnston, the director of the first movie. Akela Johnson, Akela Cooper wrote the first one, and just working with the amazing cast. Alison Williams, Violet McGraw, and we just felt we gotta bring it back, bring the whole team back. I mean, the first movie was successful, but we had such a good time making this film that it felt right to continue the trajectory of M3GAN's story.
We are in. ¿Quién está listo ya para M3GAN 2.0, amigos? Jason, what can you tell us about the plot of the new film?
M3GAN is back. She is bigger, stronger, and much more of a bitch.
Whoa! And I think that the audience.
Well, we have a little something special to close out with. We have a brand new trailer, never before seen. It's going to post tomorrow, but it's going to screen here first. You guys are the first audience ever.
You're the first to see it!
James, please, I wanted to step a little bit forward. Let's give a big round of applause to these two geniuses. We're going to take you a picture from this side. Please, yeah, be in the middle. That will work, yeah. Stand up, everybody stand up. Un fuerte aplauso para James Wan y Jason Blum. Y van a regresar eventualmente, yo sé, muy pronto con nosotros, por favor. Vamos a darles un fuerte aplauso y amigos, ahora sí, siéntense, porque lo que están a punto de ver es algo exclusivo de M3GAN, grupo no celulares, amigos, y obviamente disfruten. Digámosle adiós a Jason Blum y a James Wan, ya revisamos sus celulares, que no les haya entrado ahí. Espera, M3GAN, ¿acaso eres tú? ¿Sigues aquí en el evento? Claro, obvio que eres el evento. Un poquito porque la verdad es que sí me da miedo. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí, estuvo increíble el evento, ¿lo creen? Y obviamente ya vi que todos tienen ahí sus máscaras, pero pues yo creo que todavía quedan por allá algunas. Mi nombre es Héctor Trejo y espero que les haya gustado muchísimo esta conducción y les deseo una noche muy aterradora y que viva Blum House.